California recall, since none of the left-wing YouTubers are talking about the California recall, except for Ryan Grimm. I'm going to talk about Caitlyn Jenner. I'm going to talk about Caitlyn Jenner's Skimpy platform and a short biography. So, goodbye, Patrick Swayze. Goodbye, Patrick Swayze. Goodbye, laid-back California surfer man. When I think of California, whenever you're thinking of California, this is what California has to think about. Who is the face that represents all of those 39 million souls? 39 million people live in California. So who is the one face that represents all 39 million people? Is it Gavin Newsom? Is it Larry Elder? Or is it Caitlyn Jenner? Goodbye, Patrick Swayze. Goodbye, laid-back California surfer man. So 39 million people. Here's Bruce Jenner in 2015.
Bruce Jenner is, I would say I've always been very confused with my gender identity since I was this big. I look at it this way. Bruce, always telling a lie. He's lived a lie his whole life about who he is. And I can't do that any longer. So I'm going to take my ponytail out? Yeah, why not? Huh? We're talking about all this stuff. Yeah, let's take the damn ponytail out.
A symbolic moment after 65 years.
He's letting his hair down. So 2015, Bruce Jenner's letting his hair down. See, Caitlyn Jenner tours Venice Beach. We'll check that. Venice Beach. We'll check that out in a second. 39 million people is a shit ton of fucking people. 39 million people. Goddamn, Colorado is 5.8 million. 5.8 million, so you could, round up to 6 million, I guess. Kentucky has 4.5 million, so it's kind of 5 million-ish, right? 4.5 million for Kentucky, 5.8 million for Colorado. So if you were to put Kentucky and Colorado together, right, 6, 5, so that's what? 6, 5, that's 11. 11, that's, just about multiplying them by 4, right? You'd have to take Colorado and Kentucky and multiply them by 4. Or if you did them individually, which that's, easier to do, you would have 6 Colorados. If you took Colorado and multiplied it by 6, now you got the same population of California. So if you took Colorado and multiplied it by 6, that's California. If you take Kentucky and multiply it by 9, if you get 9 Kentucky. So the population of California is equivalent to 9 Kentuckys. So Dan Kapelovitz had floated the idea that maybe California should be divided into 6 or maybe 9 states. California is 9 Kentuckys. California is 6 Colorados. So California. Good old California. California's the place I want to be. The state produces a whopping 80% of the world's almonds. So they just, make a shit ton of almonds. Almonds. The state is also the nation's top producer of lemons, apricots, avocados. My God, Californians love their fucking avocados. Avocado in the morning, avocado at night, avocado. They put avocados, they wear avocado hats. They got fucking avocado, goddamn, they make gloves and they make like dates and figs. Dates and figs. These are real things. Kiwi and grapes. So there you go. Goddamn, California's got almonds and lemons and trinkle tots and apricots and grapes and kiwi and avocados and dates and figs. So Caitlyn Jenner, let's talk about Caitlyn Jenner. So Caitlyn Jenner's only been Caitlyn Jenner for 4 years. Before 2017, Caitlyn Jenner used to be Bruce Jenner. Bruce Jenner, born in 1955. Caitlyn Jenner is 71 years old, so that means Caitlyn Jenner was Bruce Jenner for 67 years of her life. She's been mostly Bruce Jenner for 67 years, but she finally took her hair down and in 2017 became a woman, just like she's always felt like on the inside. So for 4 years, Bruce Jenner has been Caitlyn, and for 65 years, Caitlyn Jenner has been Bruce. So she said 65, so she told The Guardian, look, I had a life for 65 years, okay? I liked Bruce. He was a good person. He did a lot in his life. Oh, he didn't even exist? Yes, he did exist. He worked his butt off. He won the Olympic Games. He raised amazing kids. He did a lot of very, very good things. And it's not like I just want to throw that away. So Caitlyn Jenner is proud of Bruce Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner is just letting her hair down at the winter of her life. So, in the 1970s, Bruce Jenner played college football for the Graceland Yellow Jackets before incurring a knee injury that required surgery. So he was going to be a big football star playing college football for the Graceland Yellow Jackets, gets a knee injury, goes into surgery. After the knee injury, he is convinced to compete in the men's decathlon for the next 6 years. So Bruce Jenner doesn't play football. Instead, Bruce Jenner goes to compete with the men's decathlon. Now, the men's decathlon, there's 10 things, right? Decathlon, or decathlon. I'm putting another syllable in there. It's just decathlon, just 3 syllables, so not decathlon. Goodness gracious. So day 1, 100 meters, long jump, shot put, high jump, 400 meters. That's day 1. That's the first 5 events. Day 2, 110 meters, hurdles, discus throw, pole vault, javelin throw, and then the 1,500 meters. So 100 meters running, long jump, jumping, shot put, throwing high jump, jumping high, 400 meters, running 110 meters, hurdles, running and jumping, discus throw, so throwing frisbee, pole vault, throwing a pole vault is when they jump over the thing, right? They have the stick and they got to take a pole and they try to jump over the thing. A javelin throw, so a couple throwing things, right? Shot put, discus throw, javelin throw, a couple running things, 1,500 meters, 110 meter hurdles, 400 meters, 100 meters, and then you got the long jump, the high jump, and the pole vault. So you got 3 jumps, a couple running, couple throwing, okay, so there you go. That's the decathlon. 100 meters, long jump, shot put, high put, 400 meters, 110 meters, hurdles, discus throw, pole vault, javelin throw, and 1,500 meters. So Caitlyn Jenner, for the next 6 years, is going to practice doing this men's decathlon, and then that's going to culminate in 1976 in the Summer Olympics in Montreal, Canada. Bruce Jenner is going to win the gold medal, wins the men's decathlon. 1976, Bruce Jenner is an All-American hero. He's a sports hero, an All-American hero. He's going to get the unofficial title of the world's greatest athlete, right? The decathlon, he isn't just good at 1 or 2 things. He's good at all the things. And then, with his celebrity, Bruce Jenner is going to establish a career in TV and film, writing, auto racing, business, and as a Playgirl cover model, which is ironic. Bruce Jenner had 6 children with 3 successive wives. The wives are Christy Crownover, Linda Thompson, and Kris Jenner. Although stopping short of an endorsement, Caitlyn Jenner said that she liked Ted Cruz in the 2016 Republican presidential primaries. So 2016, she almost endorsed Ted Cruz, and then 2017, January, she ultimately completes the sex reassignment surgery, and that's when Bruce Jenner becomes Caitlyn Jenner, January 2017. So first, Bruce was a sports hero, an All-American athlete, right? All-American hero, world's greatest athlete, a sports hero, won the gold medal men's decathlon at the Summer Olympics in Montreal in 1976. That's when, Jimmy Carter got elected at that point, right? So he became a celebrity. Bruce Jenner is a sports hero, then he became a celebrity. He was even a Playgirl cover model. And then at 67 years of age, Bruce took his dick and then just kind of threw it off a cliff, just chucked it out the window. He took the dick and sort of reformed it into a vagina. He took a pill or a rubber band, chop, 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 chuck, chuck, chuck. I don't know how he did it, but Bruce's penis is gone and something resembling a vagina is in its place. So there you go. Voila. Voila. Hello, Caitlyn Jenner. And now Caitlyn Jenner wants to be the governor of California. Now, unlike that violent womanizer, Larry Elders, Caitlyn Jenner is just right. Right? She is perfection personified. Not really, not really. That's sarcasm for those who can't. She called Larry Elders a violent womanizer because of those allegations, and I don't know, the two allegations, I don't know if it's violent womanizer, that makes Larry Elders is so fucking boring. You're making him seem way more exciting than what the fuck he is. Anyways, Caitlyn Jenner, back to Caitlyn Jenner. So Caitlyn Jenner, unfortunately, not perfection. This is not the direction that California needs to go. She's going to be a Republican, and the Republicans are notorious for hating transgendered folks. I think she got bullied or abused at some Republican event. So, you know, what the fuck? Democrats stick their neck out for, you know, gay folks and transgendered folks, and then, you know, to fight against the discrimination, and then Caitlyn Jenner is going to be a Republican. Caitlyn Jenner is going to be a Republican. So Caitlyn Jenner is very weak on substance. I feel like Caitlyn Jenner probably just watches Fox News and then kind of repeats shit she just fucking heard. Caitlyn Jenner has a very skimpy platform. She calls herself a conservative, but even that term is poorly defined. So Caitlyn Jenner, she also stopped or skipped a July debate in Orange County so that she could film a reality television, you know, show in Australia. So some people are thinking that this might not be a very serious run. She threw her name in there. It was hard for me to find any of these links to her platform. I had to read like 3 whole articles, but I was able to figure out what kind of California does Caitlyn Jenner want. On immigration, she's opposed to terrorists and criminals and MS-13, the bad guys, she says. She wants to finish California's section of Trump's border wall. She wants to push against the schools, keep them from teaching critical race theory. She wants to boost spending on firefighting, but she also wants to veto all new taxes. More money on firefighting, veto all new taxes. She's against critical race theory, just like Larry Elder wants to finish Trump's border wall in the California section. On immigration, she's opposed to terrorists, criminals, and MS-13. Now, for the homelessness, for her homelessness program, essentially, this is the same exact shit as Larry Elder. They say they're going to increase the environment. They're going to make it more of a pro-business environment. Then the economy is going to be better, and with the better economy, people will be able to find homes. This is a plan that never works. It takes too fucking long, and it's not serious. So what does Caitlyn Jenner say that she is going to do to fight homelessness? Caitlyn Jenner says she's going to cut regulations. Oh, okay, yeah, cut regulations. Like that has something to do with homelessness. She says that 21.2 million words. So there's 21.2 million laws or words that's in the law books of California. So 21 million laws, that's a shit ton of fucking laws. She's going to cut regulations. She's going to cut taxes. She's going to create a pro-business environment because clearly those 3 things will solve homelessness. That person don't have a home? Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut regulations. Can you just build a tiny home for me? Nope. I'm going to cut regulations, and then I'm going to cut taxes. But I need a home. You know, I need a roof over my head and my family's head. I need a roof. Well, how about this? Just go pray to the Christian churches that they'll, you know, be better Christians. Why don't you try that? So Caitlyn Jenner's homelessness plan is terrible. This is an awful homelessness plan. This isn't going to solve homelessness. Jesus Christ. Caitlyn Jenner makes me think that Kevin Paffrath is, you know, his homeless plan with the National Guard is kind of scary. And with him being a right-winger, yeah, he's going to round them all up just like what? You know, fucking concentration camps and shit? What the fuck is... But, if Kevin Paffrath builds himself 160,000 homes, because that's how many homeless people are in California, 160,000. So 160,000 times $10,000 for tiny homes, that's, you know, $1.6 billion. So $1.6 billion needs to be invested to build 160,000 new tiny homes on public lands. So that way you can round the homeless people up, put them in, you know, some mall or some abandoned mall or some stadium or some shit. But you're not going to take them to a concentration camp and just, you know, like fish in a barrel, just, you know, no, you can't do that unless it's guaranteed that there's tiny houses on the way. That's how you fix homelessness. You get the people some temporary housing, then you get them some permanent housing. So Caitlyn Jenner's cutting regulations, cutting taxes, getting a pro-business environment, praying. Just go pray. Just go pray that all these empty Christian churches will finally be more Christian. Now, she did have an interesting perspective about transgendered identity, but she gets hammered. Being a Republican, she gets hammered by the transgender community that she doesn't really represent a lot of what the transgendered people are saying and go through. So when it comes to sports, you know, take it for what it is, but she says that she does not believe that biological boys should be allowed to participate in girls' sports, which is obvious. Of course, that's correct. It's a question of fairness. So that is Caitlyn Jenner's perspective when it comes to letting transgendered, you know, boys to girls participating in girls' sports. She says no to that. If you're a biological boy, you should not be allowed to participate in girls' sports. So that's clear. It's a question of fairness. That's so fucking stupid as shit. It's almost like, okay, it's like letting a Harlem Globetrotter compete against some, you know, high school basketball team. It's just so one-sided and asymmetrical. It's just so stupid. I don't know, maybe when they're younger, but when they get older, even when they're younger, though, so I don't know. It seems right to me. It seems right to me. What I feel like, I didn't really want to say my perspective on transgender because I don't want to feel like I'm pushing my perspective on transgender folks. Everybody deserves rights and freedoms and to be respected. If you want to be a dolphin, if you want to be a crocodile, if you feel like in your heart I just feel like if you had estrogen, I mean, he was a gay man, and if he's a cross-dresser, that's a lot different than surgery. I mean, that's a lot different. Cross-dressing, you want to dress, you're a man who wants to dress like a woman, you're a woman who wants to dress like a man. That's, you know, I feel like that's fine. That's no problem whatsoever. But the surgery thing bothers me. So this is like an issue. If, you know, Caitlyn Jenner wants to do what she did, okay, you can do what you did. But I would not want my children to follow in the same footsteps as Caitlyn Jenner. So if I truly love you and care about you, do not, you know, mutilate your genitalia forever and ever. Do not mutilate your genitalia. You're sensitive, you know, you're a male who's sensitive, or you're a female who's aggressive. Do not mutilate your genitalia. Do not mutilate your genitalia. You can be a cross-dresser. I'm okay with gay folks. And even transgender folks, you know, that go through the transformation or whatever, their voices are weird. Their voices kind of sound weird to me. But you're deserving of all the human rights. If you're, you know, you want to change to a dolphin and you're a crocodile and you got some scales or shit, you know, whatever, I'm not going to treat you any less of a person. If I'm a restaurant, sit right here. What do you want to eat? Right, so I'm not going to treat you as any less of a person. You have all the same political rights as you did before. I just feel like I draw a line between cross-dressing, that's what I thought transdressing or transgendered folks were cross-dressers. So men who dressed in women's clothes, women who dressed in men's clothes. But so maybe there should be a term to distinguish between those. I don't know. Because to me, cross-dressing, that's not surgery. You're not mutilating your body, and you're not mutilating your genitals, which just seems so fucked up to me. You want to do that? If anything, I guess that's kind of a testament in their favor. I mean, Caitlyn Jenner so felt like a woman, he was like, you know, just sayonara, penis. See you later. There goes the old dick. The old penis, the old dick is gone. So he felt so much like a woman, just, you know, chucked the dick right out the window and never thought twice about it. So I think that's a testament, right? Okay, you really, really, you know, feel like a woman. But you're not a woman. You weren't born a woman. You were born with different genitals. So you have a lot of estrogen. You feel very feminine. Fine. So, okay, that's cross-dressing is okay. Surgery weirds me out. They're all deserving of political rights. One good idea that Caitlyn Jenner had, build more desalination plants. Best and maybe the only decent idea of Caitlyn's, needs to be more, I feel like, needs to be more of a leader. You know, where's your platform, Caitlyn Jenner? Where is your top 10 list? What are you going to do in the first 90 days? She should have a website and immediately here's all the issues and here's what she's going to do. But instead it's like she's just been a celebrity and thinks that she's just going to walk around and her celebrity, you know, status is going to get her into the governor's chair. She's also 71 years old, super old. I mean, you know, how much more? I mean, 76 is the average, so I guess that's, but, so Caitlyn Jenner, there's a big water problem in California, so Caitlyn Jenner had suggested building more desalination plants. A desalination plant is a plant that takes water from the Pacific Ocean, of which there's a huge coastline. California's got the fifth economy, largest economy, because they got that big coastline. They got a big chunk of America. They got like good prime real estate of America right there in the coastline by another fucking country, by some other states, real far away from D.C. D.C. don't really know what the fuck's going on in California, and they probably couldn't do shit about it even if they wanted to. So California is talking about water. They are in a drought. There's, you know, they have a drought-ridden state. They need to produce more water. Caitlyn Jenner says, let's build more desalination plants. I think it's obvious. Take the Pacific Ocean water, remove the salt. Now you have all the fucking water that you need. So that seems to be obvious. I didn't know there was desalination plants. That's why I think it's a good idea, because it's like, oh, shit. I didn't know there was, I mean, I'm sure there's a process of getting salt out of water. That can't be too fucking hard. All you'd have to do is take a bunch of water, let it evaporate, and then put it into some other, you know, sort of vat. It evaporates, goes over there. All that water is, you know, pure water, and then that should leave all the salt behind, shouldn't it? Just evaporation, just put it out in the damn sun and watch it evaporate. Have some sort of thing where it evaporates up and to the side, and so there it drips down in a new sort of column in a new container. The salt will remain, and then the water will be on that side, and that, I don't know how they do it, but that's how I would think about doing it. And they already got these plants out there. So this is a good idea. And this also kind of makes me worry about California. Jesus Christ, California. You guys are, you know, the fifth best economy in the goddamn world, but you all don't have water. Water, that's like the first most basic human need we need, right? Let alone food, housing, clothing, and security. So when it comes to Maslow's hierarchy of human needs, these are the things that connect all five of us. Water, food, housing, clothing, security. This unites us all. This is what Californians are talking about. So this is all of America should be able to relate to Californians right now. Because why? They're without water, let alone food, housing, clothing, and security. I bet you all their situations are kind of out of control. So there you go, desalination plants, right? Just get some of that Pacific Ocean water and make it, you know, voila, California's water problems have been solved with the desalination plants. Maybe dig some more wells. Dig some more wells. I don't know if you can electrify the air and then also save the rainwater, but you can't make it rain. So dig more wells, build more desalination plants, and then also build $1 trillion pipeline all the way to the Mississippi River and steal their fucking water. Steal the Mississippi River's water while Missouri's not watching. Just take their water. That's Kevin Paffrath's idea. Caitlyn Jenner is 71 years old. Caitlyn Jenner's hometown is Malibu. And there you go. That's my little thing on Caitlyn Jenner. Here's a little
Caitlyn Jenner back on the campaign trail and giving her first interview to us. Tomorrow, she'll be at the U.S.-Mexican border. Next week, she'll be visiting the fire lines in Northern California. But today, she's stopping in Venice Beach. I gotta save the state. Caitlyn Jenner tours Venice. She draws lots of media as she walks by homeless encampments.
This is kind of the epicenter of the homeless, what I call homeless industry in California. Good seeing you again.
She speaks one-on-one with us and says as governor, she'd better regulate homeless nonprofits to stop funding those that are ineffective.
The next round of budgeting will be determined by the results that they get.
Jenner stops by Venice's iconic Gold's Gym.
I used to train here years ago.
This is her first campaign appearance after spending several weeks in Australia filming Celebrity Big Brother.
I had a contract that I had signed beforehand, and, you know, all of the candidates that are running up against Gavin Newsom, they all have jobs.
Right.
And I have a job.
But you know, there's some people that say that going and doing a reality show, maybe you're not taking this as seriously as some of the other candidates. What do you say to that criticism?
When I was down in Australia, I was in constant contact with my campaign. I did radio ads, I did some Zoom ads, I did all this stuff.
While she was out of the country, the Delta variant exploded in California. What's your plan on how to deal with the Delta variant if you're governor?
Right now, we have to follow the science.
California is currently mandating masks in schools, while Florida's Republican Governor Ron DeSantis is fighting against masks in schools. So should kids in schools be wearing masks?
That's really up to the science of it.
The CDC says they should.
Yes. And if the CDC, I think we should go with that, what the CDC says. But to be honest with you, I don't know if that is the answer, masks.
Recent polls show Larry Elder leading the pack among the governor's challengers.
I know Larry.
Sure.
But he's very hard right. I think for California, what they're looking for is they're looking for a person that is more center right, and that is me.
This is Dr. Arnold T.
American Express commercial. Let's hurry up and just skip this ad. Just skip it. 20 more
We have
seconds.
a crisis in California. We're overtaxed. We're overregulated. It's a terrible place to do business. The state has to change. And it's been one-party rule for the last 30 years, and it's hurt the state, and it's hurt the businesses of the state, and it's hurt the people of the state. And so, yes, that's why I'm running. I consider myself an inclusive Republican. I'm on the Republican side because of the economic values that I have. Less taxes, less regulations, a pro-business environment. But on the social issues, I'm an inclusive Republican. I am inclusive to all people. And so, to be honest with you, I don't fit in that box, and I don't want to go to that. I hope the Republican Party comes to me and becomes more inclusive, and hopefully I can be part of that process.
So there you go. There's a little Caitlyn Jenner. Thinks she's a little short on substance. Has, you know, whatever. There you go. So, some facts about California. You know, there's more than 6,500 types of plants that thrive in California. More than 6,500 types of plants. The first ever supersonic flight was achieved over Lake Merock, California, in a Bell XS-1 rocket aircraft. The captain of the flight, Charles Elwood Yeager, reached Mach 1.06 at an altitude of 42,000 feet. The flight happened on October 14th, 1947. As the most populous state in America, 1 in 8 Americans live in California. 1 out of 8 Americans are Californians. California is the birthplace of the Internet, so they invented the blue jeans, they invented the Internet. In 1969, the first ARPANET message was sent from a UCLA site. The first message was LO. He meant to say log in, but the system crashed. And then the Golden Gate Bridge. Isn't that just a gorgeous bridge? What gorgeous architecture. The Golden Gate Bridge. And then what, San Francisco, you got the electric trolleys, in that in San Francisco too? Golden Gate Bridge, electric trolleys, a bunch of homosexual cake shops. What more could you want? What more could you want? My God, is that not a slice of heaven on earth? Yeah, so California, go vote, you fucking pricks. Shit.